You're listening to The Ochoman, Behind the Eight Ball, only on Ignotainment.
I'm always on the old blacklist or something.
Without further ado, the one, the only, Ochoman.
I'm trying to live my life, and it just makes me so wild and mean.
Hola, muchachos, my friends. February 18th, it's the big show here, Ochoman Behind the Eight Ball. I'm the Ochoman. Today we have our man here, Armand. Armand's visiting from L.A. again.
Good morning.
Good morning, he says. And Chris, our production man.
What's happening, Ochoman?
Everything's good. Tony, where's Tony at? I guess Tony passed out at a buffet today.
He was debilitated. He couldn't make it.
Yeah.
Head first into the coleslaw, huh?
Oh, yeah. I tell you what, guys, it is so damn cold outside. I couldn't even move my damn car out of the snow this weekend. It was pathetic. It was pathetic. I'm telling you, it was like 15 degrees. It's getting crazy. Well, what did this groundhog do to us?
Oh, you mean Punxsutawney Phil? That groundhog?
Yeah. That Punxsutawney Phil or whatever his name. I'm telling you right.
He fucked us.
He did fuck us.
Yeah.
What? Now he sees a shadow or what? How's that go?
Well, I think the tradition is if he sees his shadow, it indicates 6 more weeks of winter, and if he does not, that means it's early spring.
The little prick seen a shadow.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't
That's
see
what
it.
they said. I don't know how that went down, but they said 6 more weeks of winter after they got to seeing little Phil run back into his hole.
Well, Los Angeles was about 92 last Saturday.
92?
Yeah, they almost set a record. It was really hot.
92. Chris, that's where
unbelievable.
you're from too, man.
I know.
Malibu.
Homesick now.
Well, what's going on with L.A.? I mean, what's going on with this movie? You were supposed to give me the news, and you did not tell me when you came into the studio today on what was going to happen with me in the script. So come on, fill me in now.
Well, I talked to the producer. We had dinner, and
Yeah.
I don't know. We just don't know if you're the type.
What the fuck are you talking about? I've been pumped up for this. What are
You're
you
a little
talking?
too handsome for the character we had in mind for you. We thought maybe Tony might be a better pick.
Oh, you described Tony? They like Tony?
Wow.
Yes, what Tony describes is rather
wow.
perfect sphere.
You may have a new opening here for Tony.
Bullshit. Come on. Talk
Well,
to
he
me.
has an everyman quality. You have the
does.
handsome leading. You have matinee idol looks.
Fuck.
And,
I just wanted to be the dad of one of these kids. I like pull him over and go, son, you have to go to the mill and work. This basketball thing is not your thing. We need to bring money on the table. We need food on the table, all that shit. You know, I'd be talking Armenian.
can you put that on an audition tape?
Yeah, if you want. Do I have to speak it in Armenian or do I...
Better do both, just in case. Can you?
So
well,
are they going to
French?
speak Armenian in the movie?
There will be,
Okay.
but we're cutting it down to a minimum.
Interesting.
Yeah, with
Well, that's me
subtitles.
too. That's me too. I
Man.
talk
Well,
Armenian.
that's right. We're cutting you down to a minimum too.
You motherfucker, you. I can't believe you're going to do this to me. Chris, I was pumped up for this.
I was pumped up for it.
How do you want your name? How do you want your name in the credits? Ochoman or?
No. It'd be Jono.
Oh, okay.
I'd want Jono. Jono Ochoman.
You got to have the
that last
Ocho Man
name.
in quotes
Yeah.
between the first
And your
and
last name too?
Yeah, why not? So they could see we won't give out my last name here. So.
No. Well,
Yeah.
I thought you objected to that. I thought you were going to change your name, like Marvelous. Didn't Marvelous Marvin Hagler officially become Marvelous?
I think
that was
so.
his name.
Well,
Yeah.
you know what? How about the second movie? I change it. Yeah, I
Oh.
mean the first
Oh,
movie.
the sequel.
Yeah, of course. So what do they really say though? Come on, talk to me now.
Everything's going well. Here again, we probably push it to April or May now, but apparently they have computer effects for the snow. There's a lot of, speaking of snow, there's a lot of, it's in the dead of winter.
Yeah.
And there's some scenes in snow, but apparently they can do all that with special effects now, so that's no problem.
Yeah, it's unbelievable all the stuff that they're able to offer with
I'm
special effects
astounded.
now.
I am astounded at what they can do.
Okay, all right. Fuck all the snow.
We can
What do they
actually-
say about me?
Well, maybe
me.
with special effects, we can ugly you up. We give you a little unibrow. Chris, what do you think? Take away those porcelain features, make you a little sallow.
That'd be a lot of
It'd take a lot of work.
work on that effect. Yeah.
Stifle yourself over there. What the
Give
hell?
you
are
a
guys-
cauliflower ear.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Where's this? Is
So-
this going to be shot here?
Yes,
in
yes.
the St. Louis
We're
area?
planning on it. Yeah,
Nice.
So what kind of part of it I got here?
you're going to be a father.
I'm going to be a father.
Father, sure.
That's
Well,
good.
you're not going to be a son. I'll tell you that.
No, I get that. But is it going to be like the father that works at the mill and all that?
Well, you'll get I'm sure you get a line or two. Sure.
Yeah.
You'll be a day
Beautiful.
player, not just an extra.
Beautiful, Chris. I knew it was coming,
He
man.
needs that insurance from SAG.
And the thing is,
Dad, do you have your SAG card?
what's that card?
Uh-oh. The
Oh,
union.
boy. Yeah,
A way to
this
bring
may
that
be
up
an
on the
issue.
fucking air here.
Chris,
Why-
get on
I
that.
should have left that one on the back burner here.
Well, we may have to void that whole thing there, guys.
You don't have a SAG card?
Why, of
Oh.
course, SAG. I sag in the gut a
Yeah,
little
I know
bit.
that card. I'm talking about Screen Actors Guild.
Well, how do I get that?
Well, you have to be in a movie.
Well, fuck, that's what we're going for
Yeah, but
here.
you can't be in a movie without a SAG card.
I don't
You
understand
can't
you.
have a SAG card without being in a movie.
Correct.
So.
That's the problem.
This is getting to be bullshit here, guys. I'm telling you, get me the SAG
Yeah,
card.
we'll
What,
get there.
what do I have to do here? Chris, set it up like you did with my personal license plate and all that shit.
What
is your personal
already
license?
on order. Oh, you haven't seen the license
No.
plate?
What is
Oh,
it?
man.
Ocho? What is it?
Ochoman.
Ochoman.
And this, I got a couple dipshits that said it's Ocho. I got OCHO
Right.
space MN.
You have a space, too?
Yeah, I got
It's a long
that.
plate.
Space. It is a long plate.
Because that's 8 letters, isn't it?
No,
No,
it's
it's-
not.
no, it's six.
OCHOMN.
Oh, you don't have an A in there.
No, I don't have
Speaking of license plates, remember that license plate you had, Chris?
Don't
here-
fucking bring this up. You and
I thought it was a
Cooper
great
are the
idea.
only ones that fucked this up. All right, go ahead.
All right.
Tell them.
This is the letters he had on
Yeah.
his personalized
Please
plate.
do it right. Please do it
I will
right.
give him the
Go-
letters.
Go ahead.
Tell me what this is. N?
No, wrong.
No, it was
I'll
N.
tell him what it
Oh,
was.
no, I'm sorry. Let me. I. Correct.
Yes.
Yes. I.
I.
FORNI. Correct?
Yes.
Is that it? Okay. What is that?
IFORN.
I.
I-40?
That's what,
Iferney.
Forney.
Iferney.
that's what everybody thought it was.
No, it's I for an eye. You fuckers. You're doing.
I got you. I-4 and
But
I.
why did you
I
put-
get it now. That's clever.
Yes, but she should have put IFORANI.
Yeah,
I
I
for
gotcha.
an
I for
I.
an I. I
That's
gotcha.
the problem.
Dude, I was
Everybody thought it was I
limited to-
fornicate.
I fornicate
Well,
wasn't bad.
it's
either.
not. I like it.
I mean, I walked into my buddy's house. He goes, his mom says, "What's it mean you fornicate?
Right.
What do you mean by that?" At least I felt, well, okay, I fornicate. But
Why would she ask? The
But
term's
this one
explicit.
right
Yeah,
here,
And was she attractive?
no, she was pretty.
Well, that's
ugly.
why she asked.
But in any case, that's the one that I didn't like. What Chris just gave out.
Oh.
Ocho Man?
No, his definition of eye for an eye.
Yeah, if
Oh,
horny.
well, what did you think? So you were just bewildered by what that meant.
Yeah, I would see it. You know, if I was actually seeing it, like I might be able to, to process it more. But just actually hearing it and
Well,
hearing it in my head,
it also would have helped if you had a space.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
You can't fucking put
IFORNI.
a space. They didn't let me
You just
put
told
a
me you
space.
put a space on Ocho Man.
That was Missouri.
well, see, you should have
They
moved to
didn't
Missouri.
allow it in Illinois.
Well, and he's
All right, well,
I
put-
think as he started to say, he's catching some hell on the new one. Also,
Yeah. Because
What's the
now
matter
they're
with it?
saying Ocho, Minnesota, MN.
And so Joe's
fucking bullshit.
And
I'm impressed they knew that MN is Minnesota. A lot
I
of
don't
people
see the
don't know.
fucking humor in this.
I think that's great.
Put a lot of time into that license plate, and these
Ocho, Minnesota.
hillbillies here are saying Ocho, Minnesota. Fucking idiots.
Why don't you just put SAG card, and then we can take a picture of it,
Exactly,
and you
and
can
then
bring
you've
it
got a
onto the
SAG
set.
card, yeah.
You have a SAG card.
perfect.
No, how do I get the SAG card? Do I apply? Or?
We'll get you a SAG card.
All right, you got to give me a SAG card if that's what it's all about, because I am a thespian.
There you go.
I am a thespian.
Well, without a SAG card, you're not officially a thespian.
Yeah.
They have to, even in ancient Greece, they had to have SAG cards.
Fornicating
fuck your SAG
lesbian.
card.
The
all
island
right.
of Lesbos.
Hey, in basketball news here, West Virginia. How about this, guys?
Mountaineers, right?
Yeah, the Mountaineers, they knocked off Kansas.
I saw that.
How sweet is that? As a Missouri fans,
Oh,
I'm
man.
not into Is Kansas ranked? I know they're
Kansas
perennially
is always ranked,
right.
you fucking douchebag. Kansas is one of the best teams in the world in college.
I thought Kentucky was
Yeah.
the best though this year.
Well,
right?
the Kentucky's got a big streak going for them right now.
Oh, that's right. They're undefeated, aren't they?
They're undefeated.
Who
What was the score of this game? The West Virginia
62-61.
I knew it was close, man.
I assume it was at home for West Virginia.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. What were you going to ask?
What was the first team to win the national championship undefeated? Basketball.
I would say, go ahead, Chris. You go
Okay,
first.
yes, it's a tough one.
Man,
I got it.
You go for it.
I'm going to say UCLA.
Close.
Indiana,
You're kidding.
Indiana.
UCLA?
No, not the first. The first.
Oh,
now.
the first.
Army.
I said UCLA was close. You're on the other side of the
USC.
country.
Okay.
No, go north.
Go North Stanford?
You're getting close. I told you, don't.
San Francisco.
State, yes.
Really?
San Francisco State.
Yeah, they used to have good teams back in the 60s. And that's when it
They
was?
were the first team to win the championship undefeated.
In the 60s?
Oh, I don't know. I'll have to look it up, but that's
Yeah,
a great trivia
I
question.
think it was in the 60s. But check this out, too. Bob Huggins, he's the coach for West Virginia.
Right.
This son of a bitch gets $25,000. It's in his clause. If they ever beat a Kansas team, he gets $25K every time.
Wow.
I mean, how pumped up are you
I'd
to
be
see
real
that
pumped.
fucking schedule and you go, let's circle Kansas?
Yeah, I'd give a hell of a speech before that game.
Oh, and the players.
Spread that wealth around a little.
Well, you can't. You can't. That's what
Just
I'm
spread
talking
those drugs
about.
around a little,
exactly.
little Lasix in there. Cream of wheat.
What are you talking about drugs for? Yeah, I just
if I wanted
heard you-
$25,000,
I heard you in the other room, and you were talking about they should legalize
all drugs.
all drugs.
All drugs.
Not pot, just all drugs.
All drugs, absolutely.
What the fuck are you talking about?
John,
He's a
Ocho.
libertarian.
Ocho.
Yeah, John Ocho.
I-40. Listen,
I'm
I-40 from Ocho,
prescribe.
Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Yeah, you're from Minnesota. You know how it goes. You know that I prescribe harder drugs than that. I mean, painkillers, etc.
Oh,
those
I
are all
believe that.
opioids.
Yeah, I mean OxyContin.
Sure,
Dilaudid.
Dilaudid,
Yeah.
those are hard drugs.
Wait, now, besides being a screenwriter, Armand is also a doctor, okay? He just doesn't prescribe
Well,
drugs
not
out there.
often, but if we do surgery and they need pain, Demerol, I mean, sure, Meperidine.
Yeah,
Prescribes
but
him out of his van,
I'm
actually.
telling you, what about
I don't
heroin?
yes.
Heroin's bad
Annigan,
shit.
just meet him at the corner of Los Angeles and Sunset. He sits there in a blue van.
I-40 is the
Yeah,
place.
exactly.
And he's also selling speakers as he's handing out
where he
each
does
watches,
his office visit.
VHS porn.
Can you
Fake Louis
believe?
Vuittons.
I got to tell you guys something. When I was in L.A., when I lived in L.A.,
Uh-huh.
a guy pulls up with a van, and he's got these speakers in a box.
Right.
And he says, hey, I got to move these speakers. And I go, wow, those are fucking big speakers. He goes, yeah, I got to move them out, man, right now. You got $250? I go, $250. He goes, they're over $1,000 each, man. I go, wait right there. I'm going to the ATM.
He follows you to the ATM and has a gun and sticks you up.
No. I went and bought them. And
Where did you stay in L.A. when you lived there?
I was in Glendale.
In Glendale.
I was in Glendale, and well, I lived at my cousin's house, and it was kind of a cool setting, man. I didn't do much. He's got, like I said, he's got a nut company out there that these guys are even actually going to be sending out nuts
Wow.
to our
there we
studio.
go.
Those
here.
are delicious. I
Oh,
love
they're
them. Remember you gave that bag to my mother that one time? Oh,
Yeah,
she's
yeah,
still
yeah.
in love with you for that.
Oh God,
He gave
She
his nuts
worships
to your
you.
mother?
what a
about
prick.
11
Sounds
pounds
very
of them.
personal.
11 pounds of nuts.
Of Ocho's nuts.
Yeah, and
I've always looked up to this guy for a reason.
yeah. Well, I tell you what, American Nut, they love our show so much that they got 70 guys working for them, and these guys,
Wow, they're big. Wow.
yeah, it's become a big time deal. It's not the same nut company that I work for.
Bet you slept on the bags and
All right, don't let it out, because you know what? Those workers over there are listening to our show. So yeah, but I used
he
to
had a little manger set up in the
in one of the
slept
back
on
rooms.
Slept on the cashews.
Well, fuck! All he made me do was he had white seeds out, pumpkin seeds, and the fucking thing would be shifting along, and I'd have to pull out the black seeds and throw them away. The black ones that were rotted out.
Seems like you're
This got to be boring as hell.
You're mentally capable.
I'm
Much
too good for that.
You
I'm
could
too
probably
good.
get the brown out too.
I was thinking about my license plates being I fornicate. I'm not I fornicate. I forni.
Yeah, you
My
don't
wife
even.
said it. Jesus Christ.
So you were over in the Glendale area over by our
Well,
our friends
actually,
Adam Carolla's
is that where
studio's
he's
right
at?
over there. Yeah, his podcast studio is right over there.
But actually, I worked at was it? I think it was Sun Valley.
That's right, Sun Valley. That it was.
It was Sun Valley,
That's a
and it
little
was
nicer
more.
area.
Well, it was all industrial though. So
A lot of industrial parks,
yeah,
etc.
Yeah, so that's where we worked. And my cousin, man, he had like this 30-year-old car, piece of shit station wagon, and he would put the fucking thing on there, the that bar on the steering wheel,
Yeah.
so no one would steal it.
Anti-
I
Oh,
go,
right, the club.
I looked at him. I go, "Who the fuck's gonna steal this?" He goes, "Shut up! You don't appreciate anything that I do." And everything I said was like, "Shut up! You'll appreciate it one day. Yeah, if you're gonna get in this, you're gonna appreciate everything I do." So, I guess I didn't appreciate it.
Speaking of that sort of thing, I was at a gas station one time driving down to New Orleans, and I had a person of color call me over and said,
Person of color? A black guy called you over?
Yes, an African American. Or he could have been a Jamaican
They don't
American.
call them colored people anymore.
I didn't say. I said a person of color.
What you talking about, Willis?
Not necessarily that color.
All right,
He
go
wasn't
ahead.
quite
Go
that
ahead.
dark.
What are you saying?
He called me over and asked me, "Hey, listen, $100. I got a computer, laptop in the box, in the package, and everything."
It may have a little
And I
blood.
bought it. I bought it.
You bought it?
It was a block of wood.
Shut
Are you
up.
It was
serious?
a block of wood.
Mr.
That'll
Intelligent.
show
True
you.
story.
That'll
True
show you.
story. True story.
Well, didn't you? Now
It felt-
You always rip on me. Didn't you open
no,
up the damn
no.
box?
I just, I thought, what a deal. I want to get this. I want to get this over with before the cops show up.
Oh,
Greed,
dude.
absolute abject greed. It was a good lesson for him. It was a cheap lesson.
I wish you kept it.
No, I didn't. I did a Bruce
Yeah, we
Lee
could-
on it. Broke it right in half with my foot.
We could snap a photograph of and upload it onto the blog at ochoman.com.
I haven't thought of that in years. Yeah, that guy really got me good.
It's this show that brings up bad memories. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, you dredge up a lot of
Apparently,
them. You're like
apparently.
Sigmund Freud. Would you like to hear about my childhood and my penis envy?
Sigmund Freud. I did.
Yeah.
I did a little thing on Sigmund Freud.
I know we knew he was. Oh, in college.
Yeah.
I thought on the
Sigmund
show you
Freud.
did it.
No, fuck this show. Sigmund Freud. I kind of like the shit, and it goes back to your drug thinking here.
Okay.
Because Sigmund Freud believed in anything that you could capture or control is not something that should be called like a drug or something. Because he was always into heroin.
He was. Yeah, he had some opiate addiction.
Yeah, and he always believed in if you can control the substance, it shouldn't be bad. So I guess in a way, he's in your mentality.
Well, my opinion is that I have dated and had friends that are virtual drug addicts, although not heroin or cocaine, but prescription drugs. And these people,
That's even worse, I hear.
I think
man.
it is. But these people function. They go to work. They make a living. The drug per se, I don't think is the problem. It's if you're paying $500 a day to get it, you have to be a prostitute or
Yep.
kill people or some kind of crime to get the money. That's where the problem.
Well, the opioid,
prohibition.
Yeah, the opioid prescription epidemic is just unbelievable. The access to OxyContin and stuff. I mean, some areas of the United States, OxyContin. Some people are paying,
It's
Yeah.
like
for
money.
an 80 milligram
No,
OxyContin. They're
I
paying
know.
$80 to $160 for one pill. $1 to $2 per milligram.
You could get a condom in Venezuela for that.
Exactly.
$755.
Yeah, at least half of a condom.
Oh, by the way, how's that coming along, Chris?
A
I
used
told you to
condom.
look into the fucking boat for us.
Yeah, we'll have to discuss that off the show because I don't want anyone
because
either
well,
stealing
well, no, that's a
stealing
good-
our idea
Yeah,
or
you're right.
reporting
You're
us.
right. You're right. Why would
Who would
I've got a
know
whole-
now?
I've got
It's
a
just
whole
between the three of us.
operational apparatus
Yeah,
in
who the
place
hell's
here.
listening to this show? But in any case, I mean that's big time money. That's big time money. And you know what? I think these doctors, they were so liberal with this fucking thing, with these drugs. They just gave them out for if you had a sore arm or something. They were giving out.
Well, the problem was, and they're really cracking down on this, is the doctors not only gave the prescriptions, you bought them from the doctors.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
those are we call those pill mills,
Yeah.
and that is really getting under
Huge
some scrutiny.
epidemic, especially
Yeah.
southeast. It's a major epidemic
Right.
in Florida and
They're cleaning that
Alabama,
up, though,
Georgia. Yeah,
because the
I've read
doctors
some
are
about that.
cashing in.
Yep.
Well, speaking of cleaning up here,
Well, did you want to discuss the coach? of West
the
Virginia?
coach. Well, the coach. He's made
You object to his 25,000?
He's made 25,000. I'm just saying to you guys right now, these poor kids right now, tuition is up, and you know what? How can you just give a coach $25K to beat Kansas? That's on his contract clause. If you beat Kansas, you get $25K, and tuition's up here, my friends. The only way these people now have a shot, in my mind, their kids got to do something in sports. And you know what? You can. That's the only way you can afford the school now. If the kid plays Division I or Division II, there is no way a guy can work 2-3 jobs with tuition going up every year.
Well, I think that particular stipulation in that contract, the person who wrote that probably thought, what are the odds of this clown beating Kansas? I mean, it's like betting the money line on,
Odds of
25 to
anyone
1
beating
shot.
Kansas aren't high.
Right. So they probably thought we're probably not going to even have to pay off.
Yeah, but you should know that your team is Division I. You're selling out the state. Your
there's
your
a possibility,
arena.
of course.
You can beat Kansas. I mean, you can still beat Kansas.
But in retrospect, if they beat Kansas, the actual value of that to the school is probably many times $25,000. Because if you can say you're recruiting somebody, and you can say last year we beat Kansas.
I understand that, but then don't come when the kid walks into your office to say, you know what, I'm a couple grand short or whatever. I'm sorry, this is what our policy is. This is what you got to pay. You got to pay the 44 and not the 38 that you have.
Yeah, but now how about Dean Farwell, who basically just sits there and tells people, fat, drunk, and stupid is no way to go through life, and he's probably making a couple $1 million.
Right.
So who is really getting overpaid?
Well, are you saying right now the CEOs and so forth,
No.
they deserve it?
No, I say everyone deserves what they get. If someone's paying you that's what you deserve. Look at us. We make, what, $5,000-$6,000 for this show?
In drums.
Some
Russian
Chris,
drums.
what do you get? $6 grand? $6,500?
Don't tell them anything, Chris.
Well, some people might think that's excessive for what Chris does.
It's just every 5 years. $5,000 or $6,000 every 5 years.
Well, that's about right.
Exactly.
Okay. Well,
This show is growing, you pricks.
it is.
Come on.
You got the ratings? You have the Nielsen ratings?
Ratings have been up, man.
Yeah.
We've been doing really good.
Highlighted every week on the highlighted section on iTunes, on the new and noteworthy section.
no
Moving
doubt.
on up in the sports,
So we have
the sports area also on
I don't know how
iTunes
they
podcast store.
I don't know how the
How
hell
the
they
hell do they figure that out?
get us in sports.
Well,
Is that what we are?
well, it's sports betting. It's the
All
it's
comes under the
the iTunes heading that we fall under. Apple is bizarre about this stuff.
I have an idea for an invention I want to run by you, by the way. That I won't put on the air.
Really?
Yes.
Well,
You're
keep
going to
that
make
up.
us rich.
That's what I'm
Chris,
talking
you can
about.
get in on this too.
I'm ready for it.
Okay.
I like Rich.
Remind me to tell you about this.
Well, definitely. And definitely, I'll tell you what, in the later part of the show, I got some great picks in the NHL. I had my
good.
buddy call me up last night. It was around 6:30 or so I was about to catch the 7 o'clock games. I went 3-1. I gave him 3 winners and 1 loss yesterday. And that damn loss, I tell you what, I knew fucking Florida was going to beat Toronto in the NHL, but I went with Toronto, and I kicked myself. I could have went 4-0. The guy could have made some serious dough.
Why'd you change your mind?
Something about Toronto. I think they were in a rut, and I said, this is the game they get off of the rut, and this is the one they win. And I even told him, listen, the St. Louis Blues lose tonight.
Oh, they lost badly.
Oh, you were right on that one.
Yeah, they were
I was
skunked.
right. I was targeted on that one. I tell you, I love Dallas. Dallas was plus 180 to 200. I said jump all over that. And he had some guys. You take out the Las Vegas from St. Louis here, and they were all like, we can't do that. We cannot bet against the St. Louis Blues. You dumbass! If you're out there,
in goal.
What's that?
Harry Lutton was just outstanding.
Well, it seemed to me, and I knew it. I knew it from the get-go that St. Louis was going to be flat, and Detroit was skating all. Not Detroit, but Dallas was skating all around these guys.
Well, that hometown, I can't bet against my home team philosophy has caused
Passionate,
more
man, those guys can
pauperized
skate.
people.
The Dallas Stars, they are skaters, man. Compared to a lot of the other
Totally.
teams, they are super fast. They're skilled skaters.
They're young. They're 20. Yep. They're 26 and 22. I just said I told the guy, I said, I know you got a heart thing for St. Louis, but give it up on this one. The Dallas wins this one, and you know what? I think they still win and bet St. Louis. Fuck them. You can lead them to the water, but they
Hey, listen, the bookies, they thrive on that sort of
bookies, sir. We don't deal with bookies here.
the people.
The
that,
casino,
the
man.
illicit.
Ochoman,
gambling
I
people.
think it would be hard for anyone to argue that the Central Division is the hands-down strongest division in NHL
There's
hockey.
no question about it.
There's not a single team in the Central Division that's under 500.
Yeah, well,
Every team's over 500.
And the thing about it, it just seems like when one wins, the other has to win too. They got incredible records right now, and neither team. There's 3 of them up there, and all 3 of them are busting ass right now to hold it.
Yeah, how hot is Nashville, man?
Nashville's
points. I mean, they are out of
I love
control.
Nashville
They're
last night. I told
great
him.
team.
I told him last night. I said, take New Jersey, take Nashville.
Who did you tell this to?
I told my buddy out in Vegas.
Oh, you didn't tell the audience?
No, I didn't have my show yesterday.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah.
I didn't. I thought I didn't. I missed that one.
Yeah, we actually had some upgrades in the studio here. That's
Oh,
what we want
okay.
to have.
Yeah,
I needed those picks.
new board and everything, man.
Yeah, it's great.
Oh, I see. There's a new on-air sign out there.
Yeah, new on-air sign.
That little placard he had. He used to write on air AER.
Exactly. Yeah.
Nobody knows what the hell he's talking
You
about.
fucking idiot! I didn't.
We got
do
all
that.
new walls.
AE
soundproof
double R.
walls. Yeah.
In any case, you know what? If I give you some winners, you gotta take it to the bank on it. You
I know, but you didn't. You didn't have a show yesterday.
yeah, I know.
Damn it.
I know. I'm talking to my buddies out in Vegas, and
Well, call me.
speaking of big time money here, Lance Armstrong is ordered to pay $10 million for lying about his performance enhancing drug. The Dallas sports company, he got really pissed off when they said, you know what, we don't want to give you this money because we don't think that you know, we just have our doubts that you won this the right way. And he sued them whenever he won the Tour de France, and they gave him the $10 million. That was the bonus.
I don't think I understand. Now, were they sponsors of his?
Yeah,
What do they have to do with him?
Well, they were a Dallas sports company that gave $10 million that they were part of his advertising company.
Okay.
And the bonus was if he wins a Tour de France, they have to give him $10 million. Okay, and
This guy's a clown.
Boy, that's
and these guys went to court and they said, you know what, we just don't like the whole thing here. Something's wrong with this whole situation, this sports company. And they took him to court, and Lance Armstrong won, and he got $10 million. Well, guess what? The courts ordered back, give him back the $10 million. So he's got to come up with the $10 million, which isn't a big deal. I'm sure he's got the $10 mil.
You think?
Oh, of course, dude. This guy still got probably over $100 mil sitting in the bank. I mean, this guy did a lot with that Live Strong.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy's made some serious dough.
You seem to have a grudge against
Guys that are millionaires.
No, the what's his name? Lance Armstrong.
It's only
We
billionaires.
talked about him.
Yeah, well, this was just
It's
on
guy-
the news.
It's guys without a guys with one nut is who he has a grudge with. It's Lance Armstrong. That
That would have been Hitler
that's
too.
the
I
myth.
think.
Yeah, well,
Well, his was
I
undescended.
definitely have a grudge against Hitler.
I don't think I'd want to ever meet Hitler.
Because he had an undescended testicle, or
No, because he had a bunch
no,
of
actually
SS
he
guys
didn't.
around him.
Goebbels had an undescended testicle, I think.
What,
But he had like seven
that,
kids.
that just blows my mind that you know that.
what the fuck are you?
Undescended
Are you talking about he
testicle.
didn't have a ball or what?
No, he
I
did,
think
but
he
it
had
was
one.
it was in
just-
his gut.
Yeah, it was still
It
up
was in
inside
his
of
gut.
him.
Well, that's fucking
As
gross.
you develop, your testicles drop from your abdomen into your sac.
Yeah, I think Hitler
Well,
had
yours
one.
do, but the less fortunate children don't,
Goebbels
and they
had
call
one.
it an undescended testicle.
Goebbels had one in his abdomen, and Hitler had one in his mouth.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
I don't know where Ava Brown had hers.
Oh boy.
Little history. I wish
yeah,
Tony were here
The
to
backside.
debate that.
Fuck.
Tony would get a kick out of that.
Yeah, Tony's still laid out in that buffet.
Speaking of balls in your mouth,
wow,
Wow, I hope
kick a
Tony
man
doesn't-
while he's down there.
My God.
don't
Sorry,
worry,
Tone.
he doesn't listen to
sorry,
our show.
Tone.
That was crass.
GQ had a big interview.
No,
with,
it's Chris.
all right.
He's on this game today, isn't
Yeah,
he?
oh, Chris is on a roll today. Kobe
Man's
Bryant.
priceless.
All right, shut up so I can get
Go ahead,
GQ
please.
here.
Excuse me.
GQ gives out a big interview with Kobe Bryant where Kobe just comes out and says he embraces his image and doesn't give a fuck what people think about him.
what
No
is his
apologies from this guy. Either you love him or you hate him. That's what he said.
What is his image, though?
Well, throughout the NBA on the Los Angeles team, this guy takes a lot of heat. I mean, this guy always
Rapist.
he's not a team. He's not a team player.
Oh, yeah, I know he has
Yeah,
that
I mean,
reputation.
he's chased off Shaq. Dwight Howard had a problem. Well, Dwight Howard has a problem with everybody. But I'm just saying, Kobe, that's his team, though. And he makes it known that that's his team.
But what about the rape allegations that I think
You
Crass
know,
over there
You know what? That was all bullshit anyway.
gave a little guttural? You think that was bullshit?
And that was all bullshit. I think the chick really wanted it. I mean, honestly, she came out and she even called her friends and stuff afterwards saying something about it. Wasn't it?
Yeah.
But what were the allegations?
I actually agree with you there.
Was it rape? Did she say he raped her?
It
Or-
was along the lines of that.
Well, I think he took the wrong entrance, right? Isn't that what she was complaining about?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, I don't understand.
I don't think she was complaining.
Oh,
of
Joe, you
anything.
got to be a little smarter, and that's all I object to is stupidity. And if you're Kobe Bryant, you know these women and maybe some men are out to get
She
you.
was, yeah, but she was talking about getting a ring and everything from
That's
Kobe.
even worse. That's
so,
even worse. If he doesn't get the ring for her, you know it's coming. Then you know you're going to be in trouble. I'm sure he told her, "I'll leave my wife for you." Know the line. I use it all the time. You never would, but
These
I
guys
do.
are just stupid.
Right,
You know, the
it's the
guys who do this
stupidity that
stuff,
I
they're
object
just
to.
stupid.
Right.
You know, to have any sort of any sort of thought that any of this is ever is going
coming
to
back
stand
to
or
them.
wraps or stay
Right.
hidden. It's
That there's no
insanity.
consequence
Like
to
you see
this.
this over and over with guys
That's-
on the celebrity stage or with guys.
I
who
see
have
it
power.
with doctors. Doctors.
That's why every time I go to Bunny House, I use the name Armand. I'm Armand.
Hi, I'm Armand.
I'm a screenwriter.
I'm here for my monthly.
and I give you permission. You have my imprimatur.
What else is happening, buddy? What's going on with you? Out in L.A., so you met...
Yeah, I just finished the other script about the nurse with the cancer cure. I have to send that in, actually. I was going to finish it this morning,
Now,
but I had to shovel snow.
Are we going to have an exclusive here on Ochoman Behind
Yeah,
the Eight
yeah.
Ball?
We didn't talk about that?
Yeah, go ahead. Let's hear it.
Yeah, I wrote another script that hopefully we're going to try to get on. This is more of a cable, even though I really don't like to sully my reputation with TV.
So
But,
you're HBO now?
Or
Or
something like that.
Slumming.
Yeah, this is the peasantry. But, yeah, we're going to try to pitch that one to the cable networks.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
great.
I just finished it, and I'm going to send that in.
Actually, I'm into my third season now. I'm behind on everything but Breaking Bad. I'm in my third season.
I've never seen that. Everybody loves it.
You
It's a
gotta
great
see it,
show.
man. It's something that you would really dig. Because you know what?
It's well written. I mean,
What was that last one with HBO that I found to be? I just wanted to stab my eyeballs out. It's where
the
people are
Leftovers?
missing.
Yeah, the Leftovers.
Oh my God!
that was a
Armand,
That's good,
bizarre
too.
show.
stay the fuck away from that
Ochoman
one.
hated it.
Oh, you didn't like
I liked it. I thought it was
The Leftovers?
Yeah, the
Oh,
Leftovers.
okay. You almost have to be on drugs to enjoy this.
Yeah,
one.
it is. It is a bizarre show. It's a good one though. If you want to see it, if you have HBO on demand.
It'd be interesting to watch just to see the different opinions you guys have.
Yeah, we're like that
Whose side I'm
Fiscal and
on.
Ebert.
Yeah.
Siskel.
Siskel.
Gene
Ebert, yeah.
Siskel, yeah.
What did I say? Fiscal?
Hey, I don't know what you said.
I was
Thistle.
close. I was close. Yeah, everyone knows what the fuck I was saying. So you didn't catch the Saturday Night Live 40th anniversary?
No, I missed that. No.
But you don't watch shit like that, though, do you?
No, I think I was probably watching The Chase or Who Wants to Be a Millionaire or something. You know me, I like game shows.
Yeah. Well, this...
You?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, you got the
Yeah.
music even.
He came up with that quick, didn't he?
Man's right on the money there. He's
I,
right on the button.
didn't give him a...
Had a
I
lot of
didn't give him
coffee
a
today.
finger or anything.
Had a lot of coffee today.
Well, he gets $800 a year.
Every 5.
That's salary of his.
You know what?
Yeah.
It's somewhere there. That's a lot of money. So
Oh, absolutely.
it's
Venezuela, for instance.
It was
Yeah.
good though. I saw it, Ochoman. It was good. I didn't see all of it. I saw the majority
Ochoman
of
doesn't
it.
agree with you.
I gotta disagree with
Yeah.
you again. What the
Jesus
fuck did you
Christ.
like in this
Well,
one?
I shouldn't say all was good.
The old clips were
I liked it.
classic,
Yeah, no,
man.
well-
I love that shit. But then
And that
you
was
got
half the the good part of it. De Niro was awful.
What the hell was De Niro doing on there? Was he host?
Yeah, he announced somebody. He
Oh.
came out. I mean, it's like the guy had no idea what he was doing. He was
What
horrible
him?
live.
Him? What about Chevy Chase? He looked like he was
He's
half
just an
dead.
He's
Oh,
just
he's-
an idiot. He's awful.
I think the man's sick.
Yeah,
I've seen
I
him.
really do
He
think
doesn't
he's
look
sick.
well.
Because in that skit that he did,
Okay.
he had that old black guy that was on Saturday.
Garrett Morris?
Yeah.
Oh, I liked
what,
him.
What, is that his name? He was
The original. The original. Yeah, Garrett Morris.
And he's the one that saved his skit by coming on.
He's great. Yeah, he's really good.
He was doing the translating for Chevy Chase because Chevy Chase had no personality. And in a little screen in the right corner, it was him like yelling out what Chevy Chase was
Wow.
saying. So this was kind of like everyone knew that
He's
really
he
really
some
went
sort
downhill.
Of aphasia, yeah.
So let me ask you.
But what
did you think of the skit? The
Don't say
Californians.
God damn it! I knew you were going to say that, and I hated that script. I hated that.
It
was
awful.
poking my eyeballs out.
It was
on that
awful.
one.
Can you give me a little?
Dude, I
premise?
don't even. They were all like Barbie doll people that were infatuated with the mirror, and then Betty Davis comes on with that guy from American Sniper, and they lock lips.
Bradley.
This is
Bradley
funny?
Cooper.
I didn't
Bradley
think it was
Cooper.
funny.
It was
I
bizarre.
actually
Like,
stopped
they were all
eating.
doing the bizarre, like
How much of the
California
show?
accent, like, I don't care.
Oh, Valley Girl stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
How much of the show was the clips of the classic stuff, and how much was fresh, new, horrible stuff?
I really thought that with Eddie Murphy coming on too, you were going to have a skit with Eddie Murphy, maybe do some of his old skits, but it wasn't nothing like that, man. It was. I wish they would have just kept it with the old
right,
skits.
that's what I thought would be an anthology kind of thing.
Yeah, you see the Chris Farley, you see the
through the years,
the
evolution of Saturday Night Live.
Did you see Melissa McCarthy do her impersonation of Farley? Live in a van down by the river.
Yeah, I seen that, and she knocked over the whole. I just
what do you think of her?
I like her for what she does, but when you start playing a Chris Farley, that you're really barking up a big tree there. And I mean, Chris Farley was the man, and for her,
he was good. He was very funny. John Candy too. But let me ask you this question: a philosophical question.
Joe Piscopo looked bad.
Yeah, has he still been lifting weights? And he was doing the juice for a while.
I have no idea, but Joe Piscopo did a Frank Sinatra, and he's always done a Frank Sinatra.
Right.
But I tell you what, man, he looked like he had aged a lot, and he looked. I guess he's off the juice a little bit or something because he looked like he had shrunk down too.
Well, that's what happens when they get into that the weightlifting lifestyle, etc. But when you stop, your skin, you get stretched out and things like that. They don't look good.
How many times have we
seen Arnold with his shirt off lately?
No, I don't want to see it either.
Yeah, it's not pretty.
What about Sly? Sly still looks all right.
But Sly still works out, I'm sure, very hard. I mean, he's still at it.
How old is Sly? He's got to be 70.
67, something like that, close to 70.
And I tell you what, man, he's in some action movies. He still gets around. The guy's still throwing his body around.
He looks good, yeah. He works very hard at it.
Guys you don't see anymore are kind of like...
well, they're in The Expendables with Sly.
Yeah.
Dolph Lundgren looks good. He looks good.
All right too. You're right about that.
But Melissa McCarthy, I mean, Chris Farley's not an attractive man, but he got laid left and right.
Oh,
Do you think Melissa
no
McCarthy would get laid like that?
I don't know.
I don't think men care about that.
No,
Are you
I don't
kidding
either.
me? If Roseanne was getting laid, she's getting
But
laid.
look what she got laid by. Tom Arnold. He's an ugly guy himself.
Tom Arnold's a good guy.
I know he's funny, but he's not a good-looking guy.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Chris Farley could get any Playboy bunny he wanted, any penthouse playmate. It doesn't matter because you're Chris Farley.
Wow.
I don't think it translates to women.
You're right about that. And you know what? I think maybe the chicks like a guy that's funny too.
Well, sure, because he's funny. They don't care that he's a slob.
Yeah. I think they could adjust to that.
But no matter how funny she is, I can't wake up to that.
No. You know what? She wasn't looking that bad, was she, Chris?
No, she's not an ugly woman. She's not an attractive woman. She's not going to get a real handsome guy.
But again, going back to this California skit,
that was aside.
It was just a disgusting scene. I mean, Betty Davis is what 85, 80, whatever.
Betty Davis.
Yeah, Betty Davis.
The actress Betty, she's been dead since...
Betty White.
Betty White. I said Betty Davis.
Oh, yeah, Betty. Yeah, she died in 1990-something, 91.
Betty Davis, sorry.
Okay, Betty White,
Rest in peace. Betty White.
Okay.
Betty White.
She's like 93, I think, 93, 94.
You're kidding. She's that
Or
old?
90. Maybe she just turned 90. I think you said 90th birthday.
90, yeah.
Betty White, man. Betty White was making out with our American Sniper guy.
Yeah, with Bradley Cooper.
Ooh, really? And that's
Yeah.
to be funny? Was it supposed to be?
Yeah.
You can't unsee that.
Oh, God, I had to spit out my Oreos.
Yeah, I don't know if I can have these donuts you gave me now. I'm a little nauseous, a little dyspeptic.
Guys, I gave him donuts because he loves donuts. Armand loves his donuts.
Homer Simpson of donuts. I love donuts.
Boy, I love my donuts.
And whole milk. Wow. You had a question for me about a date. We can't forget the...
Which one was that? Fill me in.
You asked February 8th, this date in baseball history.
Well, Did
you ask Chris?
No, I haven't. What I'm going to do right now, Chris, are you up for this?
I'm up for it.
I got 3 words. The February 18th is the bonus question, okay?
Okay.
All right. I got 3 words here, Chris, and you can't fucking look it up on your computer real quick.
I'm not going to look it up.
So we want a definition.
I want you guys to tell me what this word means, okay?
All right.
I'm ready for it.
Chris first.
I've got 3 words, and it's best 2 out of 3. I'm sure you'll sweep the whole thing, but I got a bonus question.
I'm sure Armand will, too.
I have a reputation to uphold.
All right, our first word is bunkambi or bankam.
How do you
Can you
spell
spell
it?
that, please?
Yeah, it's let's go to Chris first on this one. Buncombe.
Man.
Oh,
Buncombe?
Yeah.
it's
I don't know.
Buncombe.
I don't know. I'm going to have to send
Okay.
this one.
I
to
believe that's falderall. That's nonsense. Don't give me that bunkum.
Yeah, Buncombe.
Buncombe,
And
and
that
that
actually
means you know what? Can we buy empty on that one? Yeah, that's what you were saying, right? What we have is empty or slowly talked.
Slowly taught?
Yeah, talked.
Talked. Oh.
That's what we came
actually,
up with
okay.
on that.
Interesting.
All right, so yeah, I guess I could
That's
give you a half a point on that.
close,
Half
close.
a point. You got a half there. You're still in this, Chris. You're still in it, babe.
All right, I'm ready for it. Let's do it. Next
This
one.
next word is Pusillanimous.
Oh, I know this one. Pusillanimous.
Pusillanimous.
Yeah, I'm not even going to attempt this one.
Pusillanimous.
Yeah, what's that mean?
Cowardly. A poltroon.
Boom, boom, look at that. Fuck, I got cowardly, and that's what it is, cowardly.
That was my answer.
That-
It was Pusillanimous.
All right, we'll call
You
it.
should have
We're
beat him
even.
on that one, Chris.
Good word.
Our next word here, so you got 1.5 here, so Chris, you can have something respectable if you get this one. Not yet. You're still in this.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not the showcase yet.
I'd have to.
This word is sanguine. Sanguine.
Sanguine?
Yeah, SANGUINE.
Sanguine.
Sanguine, yeah.
Oh, really? Is that one?
You should know that one.
Yeah, I do know this one.
Go ahead, babe. Sanguine.
Sanguine. Now, you go for it, Armand.
Sanguine is
I don't have my smart-
optimistic.
That's what it is.
Optimism.
I don't have my smart Armand
Well, you
hat
know
on
what?
today.
I'm going to give it to Chris.
Ah, look at that.
I'm going to give it. He had it. He had.
What
it.
did he say?
It was in the top of his head.
Price is wrong, bitch.
Yeah, he was going to give. So that gets us into the big bonus question here.
Actually,
It's-
sanguine came from. It used to be one of the
you had your
humors.
chance.
It means
You had
blood,
your chance.
but
Yeah,
it's-
blow it out your ass. We're moving
You're
on.
saying
here.
it wasn't optimistic?
It was hopeful and optimistic.
Well, that's what I said.
That's what you said, but I heard him whisper it out there before you.
I did.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
All right, which
Let's go with
leads
that.
us to the big bonus question.
All right.
Well, contestants can still win this one here. February 18, 1909. This today, February 18. This is the anniversary. What happened today in baseball history?
See, that's a tough question because
That is a really tough
nobody
question.
was it the first spring training?
No, Chris.
I am. Was it the first operational year of MLB? I don't know.
Was it someone's birth? Was somebody born on that day?
No, I'll let you
Somebody
have
die
one.
on that day.
No. Okay, here we go.
All right.
Are you guys ready?
Ready.
Boston Red Sox trade Cy Young at the age of 41 to Cleveland. What was Cleveland's baseball team's
Back
name?
then, they were probably called the Cleveland Naps.
That's what they were. 41 to the Cleveland Naps. Cy Young at 41 gets traded today.
Wow.
At
probably
1909.
pitched about
I would have
60
never had that one.
He
So.
probably would have pitched about 60 games that year, too.
Yeah, well,
He has the most wins and the most losses of any pitcher.
well, moving on to
And his real name is Denton.
Well, whose name?
Denton Cy Young.
Really?
Yes.
And he got rid of Denton?
Wouldn't you?
I like Denton. Denton's a good name, isn't it, Chris? Denton?
Denton Young. You put
like
that on
that.
your
I like
license
the name
plate? Would you put that on?
That would be
Denton
a Hollywood
M.N.
actor.
Denton M.N. Denton, Minnesota.
Oh, fuck. There we are again with Minnesota. You're the one that came up with it, genius.
That's actually true.
He's the one that came
That's
up with
actually true.
it. And he goes, I got the Ochoman license plate for you if you want to order it. I looked at it. I go, Ochoman. Man, you're right. Let's roll with it. And boom, now I'm Ocho, Minnesota. People are thinking I'm a pool player.
Hey, that's right. That's he wasn't from Minnesota, though, unfortunately.
Where was he
I
from?
think he's from New York.
He's from New York. Why was he called Minnesota?
Don't ask me.
Well, you know everything.
But that's not where he's from. Minnesota
All right.
Fats. Yeah.
All right. Another, I don't even know if I should even go with this one. This kid, Kanye West and Kim Kardashian's kid, is he called Northwest?
Northwest.
That's
the
the guy's
fuck
name?
is the kid?
That's his name.
The kid's name is Northwest.
Northwest. Oh.
The kid's a walking compass.
Kanye West has a kid named Northwest.
Yes.
Or is
Yeah.
it Northwest West?
No, it's
No,
Northwest.
don't fucking make this any more difficult. The kid's name is Northwest. Yeah, but wouldn't he be called Northwest West?
Yeah, no.
Well, that's what I
no,
said.
No, that's his last name is West.
So
But
his
he's
first
North.
name is
His
North.
first name is North. His
Okay.
last name is West.
Well, the way he read it seemed like it was Northwest West.
West. Yeah.
His Christian name is North. His surname is West.
Sure. Yes.
Yeah, well, what the hell is North? Where do they get North?
They think they're clever.
Northwest. So if they're from, obviously they're out in L.A., so if you're Northwest, you're in the Pacific Ocean somewhere.
You're in the Bering Sea, yeah.
Calabasas.
I thought there was something behind that.
Ventura County.
Exactly.
Well, you don't approve of that name, apparently.
No, the kid cries everywhere they take him. They sit him in the front row, and he cries. I mean, after a while, you take the kid and you put him outside the hallway. You got all these people. You got all the money. The kid doesn't even have to go.
Yeah, they hopped on the
these
Harley
shows.
to make a stop at Neptune's Net. That's where they got the name. Up in
Really?
over the. No, I'm kidding. It's up the
I
PCH over the
would've
Ventura
believed it.
line.
Wow, you are from L.A., or you've been there.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time there.
Yeah, he hung out with. That's another thing too. Right now, I'm calling you out on that.
Oh, boy.
He's friends with Kid Rock and
Yeah, we did.
Wow.
We'd spend some time together.
and Jack Osborne.
Yeah, he's
Ozzy's
a good
kid.
friend of my brother's. Yeah,
And
What does he do?
he actually has a he does documentaries and short
filmmaker,
films and
filmmaker.
yeah he did the doc on his dad that it got a whole bunch of what was it? God bless Ozzy Osbourne. It was a documentary. It was great.
So the kid's basically talking about his dad.
Yeah, he's good. He does. He does
He was
good
on the
work.
show, right?
Yeah, he was on the
now.
Osborne show.
Okay,
Yes.
right.
Yeah. I'm sure. And you said that he had a X5 like you got right now, or what? A BMW?
Yeah, no, he
he
used to
pimped
have
it up.
one. Yeah, he used to have a really nice
That
one.
There you
makes
go.
sense.
Yeah.
I like Ozzy Osbourne, but I like Beethoven, but I like Ozzy Osbourne too.
I never understand what the hell he's saying.
That's what I like about him. I really enjoy that.
Yeah, well, what are you going to do?
But
Hey,
when he sings, you can make him out. It's odd, when he speaks.
Yeah,
you can't
yeah.
make head or
It's
tail
odd.
out of what he says.
that's what I'm wondering too, because the Scorpions, they sing in English. They can't talk English.
Oh, I didn't know that. Where are they from?
The Scorpions,
Yeah.
they're German.
Oh, they're German. So they don't speak English, but they sing in English.
Yeah, they sing in English.
Well, I think they do it phonetically. Back in the old days, right after the silent movie turned into talkies,
Right.
it was common that they made the talk. They didn't know what to do, so they made the talkies in 4 different languages. So you can find Laurel and Hardy movies in French where and what they did was they actually just phonetically said the words. It was them saying it, but they didn't speak French.
Really?
Yeah, and they did that for about 2 or 3 years. So you can see some of these old comedies are in Spanish and French, and Laurel and Hardy are speaking those other languages.
Lauren Hardy, man, that was some good shit back then.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
One of my favorites.
Well,
That's
what's
Laurel
her
and
name?
Hardy?
That's Ozzy.
Oh, that's Ozzy.
Oh, because I
Sound
don't
like
like Lauren
Laurel and-
Hardy.
yeah.
I didn't hear that.
Do you have
one.
any? And in fact, if since we were talking about Homer Simpson, where the doy, where that came from?
Yeah.
You do?
Doy.
Yeah.
No, I didn't. I didn't do it right.
The Laurel
there.
and Hardy guy, James Finlayson.
Really?
Remember the bald guy that they were always messing with? He was always their enemy.
Right.
He's
yeah.
got. Oh, that was his.
Oh,
that was his
wow.
shtick. They stole it from him. Did you know that, Chris?
I did not know that.
Well, you got to know that craft. I mean, that type of shit.
Yeah, come on,
no
Chris.
craft.
You're the production guy here.
Grass is all over it.
Well, my friends, I think we're
What
getting
else we have?
close to our big picks from the Ochoman here. You want to give me a rundown on that,
Get
Chris?
ready.
Oh, good.
Get set. It's time for the Ocho Man's big picks of the day.
Bad to the bone. Bad to the bone. Well, I tell you what, my friends, the Ocho Man, I was feeling good about NHL last night, and it's going to continue tonight with my 3 games that I have for you. Now, my first one here is Montreal taking on Ottawa. The spread on this one is 5.5 on the over and under. That's the only thing I'm looking at this one on the over and under. I'm looking at this one being 7 goals or over. I really see a lot of scoring in this one. It's not going to be a tight check type of game here. They're going to be taking down the puck from both sides here. I'm looking at a big score here. I'm looking at maybe on this one 7 goals, Armand.
Wow.
Yeah,
Shootout,
7
huh?
goals. Yeah, it's 5.5
Are the
gets
goalies
covered.
weak? Are they weak?
Well, I think their defense right now is not up to par. Montreal's really – they've been playing really well, but last couple games they've been letting some shots in, so I'm looking at Montreal here to score some. I think Ottawa will match them up with a couple goals too. I'm looking at 7 goals on this one, over on the 5.5. Our next one here is Minnesota, minus 113, taking on Calgary. Minnesota, I tell you what, at 113, minus 113, that is a great play, my friends. In the Ochoman.
Wait a minute. I think we ought to.
Go ahead.
I think we better qualify that by saying, since you're a Minnesota native, you may be doing what we were talking about. You may have a little bit of bias here, right, Chris?
Because I put it on my fucking license plate.
You're a license plate Minnesota native, so I don't know about
Ocho, Minnesota. Yeah.
I think you should qualify that by telling the people that.
Am I in for this because of you now? Every time I got to fucking deal with this MN?
I fucked you.
Yeah. Next license plate, don't touch it. Minnesota minus 113 taking on Calgary. And I tell you what, the Ochoman really likes the visiting team here in Minnesota. They've won their last 8 out of 10.
Wow.
8 out of
Pretty
10.
good
Minnesota's been playing really good, Armand. And I see a big ribbon being put on this from the Ochoman. It's a gift to my audience out there. I think Minnesota's a sure winner that the Ochoman's definitely going to be playing here.
Now, do they have to lay goals on that?
Actually, it's 1.5.
So they have to win by 2.
They have to win by 2, but that's if you take the puck line. If you take the money line, it's
right.
minus 113, and you can't
So
go
you're
wrong
saying
with
take
that.
the money line then?
I say take the money line
that
at
makes
this.
sense.
You're
I
only
would do
laying
that.
13 on top of the 100, so that's a great
That's
play.
not even more than juice.
No,
Juice is 10.
yeah, exactly.
That's
so
crazy. Okay.
I really think minus 113. This is a gift from
That's a good
the
one.
NHL gods here. Let's take Minnesota on this one. And our last play, we're going out to the West Coast. It's a late night game here. Tampa taking on Anaheim. I feel this one's going to get real sloppy on defense. So I'm really looking at the over on this one. 5.5. It just seems like it's a very doable number. Tampa's tired of this West Coast. They've been out there for the last 2-3 games now. They want to get back home. The Ducks, they've had a couple days of rest. I'm looking at this one being on the over side. I'm looking at this one being a 6-3 or 5-3. Again, I'm not saying what team's going to be the 6 or the 5 against the 3, but I'm definitely telling you that there's going to be scoring because Tampa knows this is their last game on the West Coast. Then they go home. They may give everything they got here, but they are tired. They're a tired
So
team.
you take that into account.
Oh, yeah, because you know what? They're really looking at this one as a game like, hey, this is it. We go back.
So this is the last leg of some West Coast trip.
Yeah, this is it.
Yeah,
This
those
is
are
it.
usually
so that's
tough games.
That's my 3 games here, my friends. I've got the over on the Ottawa-Montreal game. I'm taking Minnesota tonight against Calgary with the minus 113. And if you guys want, take the puck line too. Minus 1.5 shouldn't be a problem for Minnesota, but play it on the safe side. Take the minus 113 on this one. And our other play here is West Coast. Tampa taking on the Ducks of Anaheim, and I'm looking at this one being over on the 5.5 as well. Well, Armand, I tell you what, man, this hour flew by again.
Wow, it's quick.
It's
Already.
been great having you.
Yeah.
Will you be by again this week?
I think so. Yeah. You have donuts?
Excellent. I'll have donuts. I got 2-3 donuts there, all cream filled, just the kind you like there with your whole milk. I'm sure you're going to dig it. And Chris, what a great show again, and I'm glad to see you working this new board here.
Yeah.
It seems like you're really comfortable with it.
I think it sounds good.
Well, my friend.
Yeah. Also, everyone remember,
Yes,
if you want to
yes.
if you want to find the Ochoman iTunes store or Stitcher app, search for Ochoman Behind the 8 Ball. Also, our website, ochoman.com. Facebook, search for Ochoman Behind the 8 Ball. And if you'd like to email, if you have any questions, concerns, stuff you'd like to hear on the show, ochoman@ochoman.com.
And that's great. And our Twitter account, you know what? I've gotten like close to 90 people. We just put this thing up recently.
Yeah.
About,
Really? Any
about
chicks?
maybe a week ago.
It's at Ochoman Podcast.
Yeah. And
Did you mention that I'm lonely guy?
Yeah. I'm bringing you up every time on Twitter. Actually, they love you. They can't wait to hear from you. So that's what we got, my friends. Go to our site and make it happen. Ochoman from Armand and Chris. We are out of here.
And it ain't over now. Because when the going gets tough, the tough get going. Who's with me? Let's go! Come on!
The Ochoman, Behind the 8 Ball. Only on Ignotainment. Leave us your questions and comments below this podcast in the comments section of the iTunes podcast store.